I would like to extremely glad to welcome everyone, whoever with us today here. And I hope you enjoyed your lunch. It was good. So before I start my speech, I just want to share one information with you. I was outside for a while during the first section of the conference, and I heard that the last speaker, the lady just has some concerns about the female members of the yachting industry in Turkey. I want to touch this point. As a female representative of the yachting industry in Turkey, I would like to mention in the last 5 years, especially after the pandemic, women attendees in our industry increased extremely. I may say that most of the brokers, just like in Europe, in Turkey, started to become women. And in the old time at the Goulettes, we were not used to see any stewardesses. At the moment, any boat you charter in Turkey, so you all a part of the yachting industry, so you know that most of the yachts use ladies as a stewardess on the boat. And also among us, I don't want to mention the name, I just asked for the permission, she didn't want to share this. So we have really quite a lot of female chefs. So in my company, in Begüm Yachting, we have 50 people are working, trust more than half ladies. So ladies are the real power in the yachting industry in Turkey. I would like to mention about it. So please note that Turkey is not a country that don't welcome ladies in the business. For instance, I am the example. So when I start, it was a really male sector. The maritime, I started to work in a yachting agency 1989, quite a long time ago. That time, there were not even one female in the maritime industry, and I was the first one. And I know how I spent last 30 years to come all the way here. So, okay, it was not easy, but I was welcomed. Even nowadays, I started, okay, let me tell you about myself. I forgot to introduce myself to you. This is Begüm, the CEO of Begum Group of Companies. I established my first company, Begüm Yachting, in 1997. And before that, for about 7 years, I worked for a yacht agency. And after I left, I established my own company, Begüm Yachting. Then, 2005, I found Barka Shipyard. 2010, Marquis Konakları Residences Hotel. 2012, Turkey Provisioning Services. And 2022, Barres Limousine Services. 2023, Begüm Air. Then, I put all the companies under the roof of Begum Group of Companies, and I am the CEO. Today, I would like to give you some information regarding chartering rules in Turkey, because I assume this is a gray area for most of the people in the industry. I would like to mention that I am the one who prepared the draft of the Turkish yacht charter license and proposed that to the government. Because before that, I always wanted Turkey have a real law, because we didn't have a law. We were ruling the yachting industry with the regulations. And unfortunately, Turkish charter license is canceled about 3-4 years ago. So in the industry, a big gap occurred in a gray wise. So gray is never good, because if there is something gray in any business, the other party can force you to do whatever he wants. For instance, as an agency, when we go to the authorities, if we don't have a proper law in our hand, the person who has the stamp has right to make any comment. And this used to be like that many years in Turkey. That's why it was very difficult to be a yacht agent in Turkey. We were in the between. So the customer side pushed us to do the paperwork. The other side just claimed that some papers are missing. So according to regulation, they used to make some comments. Now, the reason I proposed that to the government, and to be honest, I would like to thank front of you to our honorable President, Mr. Erdogan, because with his support, we made this law accepted. I explained him that how important is the yachting industry and how much income the country makes from the yachting industry, and without having the proper law, how we are weak and behind the European standards on the yachting. So, because we face to West, and we would like to have the same level, at least because I'm in the yachting industry, I can only talk about our industry. So on the yachting industry, we would like to be on the same level. This is what I'm pushing, and this is what I'm supporting. Okay, so finally, we had this law. It's very clear. But I would like to mention one topic. Last summer, middle of July, most of the brokers complains a lot what happened. Middle of July, government circulated that all the commercial yachts over 39 meters, which was announced at the beginning, had to receive the charter license before arrival. Then most of the brokers who sold the charters already, they were so stressed. They suppose they don't have enough time to get the charter license. But actually, I want to make it very clear. This is not the mistake of the government. This is not what government announced in the middle of the summer season. The law was prepared as it is. And this is circulated as it is. But somehow it was not implemented in the industry. And that's why government found it out. Some boats are taking advantage on it and try to charter in Turkey without getting charter license. Just like collecting some couple of people outside of the country just to show on the transit log, and by paying 36 euro times length overall, they were doing some charters without getting charter license. So that's why the government became very upset. They just recirculated the law. I just want to make it clear, because I know that maybe most of you are not interested in this part of the yachting sector, but I see that there are a lot of brokers around, and they will be happy to hear what happened in the middle of July. Okay, so according to Turkish charter license, over 39 meters boats. Why it's decided over 39 meters boat? Because that time the government made a research, and they find it out that in Turkey we don't have Turkish flag boats, commercial charter Turkish flag boats chartering in Turkey. So when it's found out, then we decided that because we need to protect the Turkish charter yachts as well, that's why we separated that. Over 39 meters, foreign flag charter yachts had to get charter license before they enter Turkish waters. When it's announced, when the tariff is declared, we had a lot of complaints. So foreign brokers, even the boat owners and even the Turkish brokers found it very expensive. But what I would like to explain you here. So I just made some calculations. So according to Turkish charter license tariff, the boats between 39 and the 59 meters. You all know that in France, charter yachts pays 20% VAT on the contract. In Italy, 22. In Croatia, 13. In Greece, they make promotion and it's 5.8 at the moment. I think I'm right, correct? Okay. Any objection? No, I continue. Okay, so average amount of weekly charter fee for the boat up to 59, about 350,000 euro estimation. In Turkey, between this range, the boat pays 53,000 euro for charter license for 1 month. In France, the 20% makes 70,000 euro. In Italy, 22% makes 77,000. In Croatia, it makes 46. In Greece, it makes 20. But those numbers are all for each charter. In Turkey, you pay about 50,000 euro. So it's about 13,000 euro per week. So it's very obvious that still getting charter license in Turkey is much more competitive anywhere in the world. So when people are complaining, I really kindly ask everybody to make a calculation and remember mathematics, same everywhere. There's no Turkish mathematics, European mathematics, I believe. So, I explain everybody in a, I think, analytic way that Turkish charter license is not really unacceptable expensive. And also, we have 10 days charter license too. This is much more cheaper than 1 month. So either way, end of the day, we see that Turkish charter license is not like that people are exaggerating. Because please, try to understand, Turkey is a developing country. And we are trying to do our best in the yachting industry as well. In Turkey, Mr. Jeremy, I think at the beginning of the speech, he was the first person. So he said that inflation is too high in Turkey. I agree. But for the boat owners, even for anyone who is doing business with outside of the country, including us, who provide services to the foreign yachts, we gain euros or dollars. Increase of foreign currency is much more than increasing of the inflation in the country. So, even for the boat owners and the service providers like us, and invoice in foreign currency, so we don't lose much. So in a way, sometimes it depends on the increase of the foreign currency, maybe even gain, because the workmanship is in Turkish lira. So if you consider on this, inflation doesn't affect a lot. But in Turkey, we need foreign currency. The foreign currency is very important for us. That's why Turkish government encourage exporters a lot nowadays. And we would like to have good relation with the foreigners in any industry, including yachting industry. And we don't try to make difficulties in Turkey. That's why, so the Turkish charter license just prepared to make things clear for everybody, not to overcharge people. The boats used to come before charter license. If you think it's fair, I have no word. But let me explain one calculation again. 130, 40 meters boat, doesn't matter for any boat, end of the day, it's almost more or less, it's the same. 140 meters boat charter fee weekly about 3 million euro. 20%, including the central agency, goes to brokers, 600,000 euro outside of the country. 2.6 million euro goes to the owner outside of the country. The boats realize the business in Turkish waters, in Turkey, and how much they pay? 36 euro times length overall. How much it makes? 4,000. Boat owner makes, okay, boat owner makes. We respect, he's the boat owner. But while he makes 2.6 outside of the country, the other one, 400, we make 4,000. And on the top, while during the departure, they get duty-free fuel without tax. So the next level was, I think we were going to pay them from our pocket to bring them to Turkey. So it's not acceptable. I think I managed to make everyone understand that what happened on charter license is fair for the country. So no one is trying to take advantage on anyone. And the boats under 39 meters. So if they are Turkish flag, there's no limitation. If they are foreign flag, according to last updates, boats can come and drop the gas in Turkey, and but either they can pick up gas from Greece, comes, pay 36 euro times length overall, and cruise in Turkey without embarkation and disembarkation, and departure from Turkey with the same gas as a transit. But unfortunately, there is one article that, to be honest, I'm not happy neither. It doesn't allow the boats under 39 meters to drop gas, to pick up gas from Turkey. I think this should be changed. In the same time, I'm the president of the Yacht Tourism Association, and I will just prepare a letter, and I will really push it too hard till the season starts to make the change. But I know that we have some lawyers among us today. I think according to international maritime law, you cannot limit a foreign flag yacht to come and pick up a gas from a country. I think I'm right, because we have international maritime law. I mean, okay, cabotage law could be prepared by the country, but if you go pick up and leave the country, it's not cabotage. So that's why most probably I have a strong belief that this will be changed, and most of the broker friends will be really satisfied and happy. And I think I will give you the good news very soon, then you can share it with the international brokers. About charter license, that's all I can explain to you. I would like to come and touch one point that, so Mr. Murat just mentioned about wastewater discharge. Just there's a small thing that I would like to add to him. And thank you very much for his valuable sharings with us. But in Turkey, we are the first country who started blue card system in the world. What is blue card? Blue card is the online wastewater control system by the government. Each boat not related with the MARPOL, MARPOL Convention, I mean, not related with the MARPOL Convention, and over than 2.5 meters should get blue card upon their arrival to Turkey. What is blue card? When you get the blue card, it is registered on your registration. Then this is how the government follows you if you discharge the wastewater to the registered marinas or not. And in Turkey, we have many wastewater collecting marinas. I may give examples. I will give example on the most popular cruising destinations. So in Didim Marina, Turgut Reis Marina, Turgut Reis Fisherman Jetty, Yalıkavak Fisherman Jetty, Yalıkavak Marina, Milta Marina, Bodrum Cruise Port Terminal, Marmaris Cruise Port Terminal, Ekincik Fisherman Jetty, Dimarin Göcek, Fethiye Ecesaray Marina, and also in Güllük Egesu Marina. So we have quite enough places approved by the government to collect the wastewater. So in Turkey, we have a regulation about that, and Turkish government is really seriously follows that. How I know? Since I'm a Superyacht agent, I practice it by ourselves. Really, if you don't have a blue card, you cannot even get approval from the harbor master to cruise in Turkish waters, either cruise outside of the Turkish waters. You cannot even launch your boat on the dry dock. Because I practice that anytime I take the boats that we represent to the shipyards, they always ask first the blue card. We have shipyard owners among us, so I'm sure they know about it. Then I just wanted to open one topic that Turkish government is following that. So what else? I think that's all what I would like to talk about it today, because I'm supposed to give you some brief information about the charter and cruising regulations in Turkey. So what I talked about commercial yachts, but I didn't talk about pleasure yachts because there's no restriction about pleasure yachts. They are freely accepted to cruise in Turkish waters as long as the captain has power of attorney. So I hope I could little bit enlighten the people who was interested in my topic of today. And if anyone has any question, I would love to answer. Yes, please. Is it possible to get the microphone?
Yeah, this is Baykan Kuru, that I'm working for one of the owners who is building boats in Turkey at the moment, over 39 meters. And this was my topic actually, which is I'm interested. That's why I'm here. And the thing is that there is any regulation for the owner use, because in Greece or in other countries, there are also owner use letters that you can prepare, and you can get owners to enjoy their boats.
Is it a commercial one?
Yes.
Over 39.
They all going
foreign flag one?
Yes, they are going to be foreign.
Unfortunately, there is no at the moment. But this is another topic I have to add, because owners should be allowed to use their vessel. Yeah. But I can recommend you what to do at the moment till this will be changed. I highly recommend, everybody knows that it's very easy, it's not illegal. During the owner use, you can always ask to flag to change the registration to private.
Unfortunately,
during the usage of the owner.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Malta doesn't provide two registration, only one. Let's say because all my boats are going to be Maltese flag, so it's only specific countries and the flags providing this.
It's Maltese. Okay, Malta doesn't let it happen. Okay, so unfortunately, at the moment, even for owner cruise, they are charging. But this is a really very good information. I promise you that I will discuss it with the government, and you are 100% right.
Thank you.
So owners shouldn't pay.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.
Any other question? Either you are not interested in my topic, or you are very all clever and everybody understood in 10 minutes. You have a question? Yes, please.
Thank you. My name is Noyan Mutlugil from the TYBA. I would like to ask you, as you mentioned briefly, but I'm not sure that many people is aware about the new regulations declared by the Ministry of Transportation and Infrastructure, by the Directorate of Maritime on the 15th of November, as the yachts 39 meter and below will not be able to get any client. No embarkation will be done in Turkish ports, which means that their facilities will be terminated. I think that will definitely damage our yachting industry, even for the dealers, for the brokers, because many people who are willing to buy a motor yacht, non-wooden vessel, below 39 meters, will not be able to use it as a commercial vessel. So what's your opinion about this article? Thank you.
Mr. Noyan Mutlugil, you break my heart. Everybody heard that I explained that. You didn't listen to me.
I'd like to learn more.
What? I just explained that. I said I fully support that boats should pick up guests from Turkish ports. Also, I mentioned that we have some maritime lawyers among us. They should aware that according to international maritime law, you cannot close the gates to any foreign flag yachts come and collect guests from any country's port. Anybody remember this?
Yes, yes.
It's shame on you, Mr. Noyan.
May I?
Yes, please.
My name is Serhan Cengiz, also from TYBA, Yachting Association, Yachting and Brokers Association of Turkey. And regarding your point, you emphasize that it's against the maritime law. I have a maritime background.
Yes.
Yes, you are right. But Greece is forbidding, for example, unless you are EU flag, you cannot just go and pick clients from Greek ports. It is the sovereign state's decision to forbid that. As for charter yachts, as a charter yacht, Turkish flag charter yacht, unless you have a license for Greece, and we are non-EU, you cannot just go and pick up gas from there. So I just wanted to clarify this. And one more, please. Regarding under the 39, when you said that you will support this to be changed by the beginning of the season. Okay? And in this case, there is also a little conflict of interest regarding the Turkish fleet's competition. You know, when they come and take just paying 36 euros per meter, these yachts, commercial yachts under 39 meters, what will they give to their owners? You know, 39-meter yacht charters at 150,000, 20,000 goes to CA, 100,000 goes to owners. And what comes to Turkish government, Turkish state? 39 times 36 euros. So it's again very little. And in accordance with what you said, your example was a big one, 60 meters, 70 meters, 3 million. And in the other hand, at the smaller scale, there should be, when you are applying or when you are going to go to the authorities, maybe it is a good idea to impose another income for the Turkish state so that the competition with the Turkish flag yachts is fair. Thank you.
You will not happy what you will hear now.
First, let us hear.
You touch a very dangerous point of mine.
Let us hear.
You are ready to hear? Because I would like to answer the second question first of all.
Sure.
I totally understood what the gentleman means. Maybe I make it more clear because I will answer you. So the gentleman says that as the government intends to make some income over the 39 meters of boat, why they just let the boats under 39 meters, the foreign flag yachts, to come with the guests and charter in Turkey and pay only 36 euro times length overall. Is this what you mean?
More or less what I wanted to say is under 39 meters, at the moment is cancelled. With the new regulation, it's all cancelled. They cannot come, even with gas or without gas. It's completely forbidden.
You are talking about last year.
No. This year, the latest regulation stopped under 39 meters. Whatsoever, they cannot come to Turkey and pick up gas. They can come with gas on board and drop them here, but then they have to leave immediately. This is the new regulation, as Noyan said.
Or they can come with the gas on and cruise and go.
And they can drop, but they cannot take any gas and go. But you said that you want to change this. At least they should pick up gas.
Yes.
You know, in that case, when you apply, when you give the petition to the government, to the ministry, we should maybe think of adding certain extra taxes so they take advantage of cruising in Turkish cabotage. So they should pay a bit more than 36 euros. That's what I mean. So that there's an equal, justified competition with the Turkish fleet.
To be honest, end of the day, they are all, 80% is the Turkish fleet. Because unfortunately, I am a retail broker. And last year, I did 42 weeks charter. I know the charter conditions in Turkey very well. And I know that if anybody will be against what I'm saying here, I'm ready to prove. 80% of the foreign flag yachts owned by Turkish people in Turkey. And 80% of the foreign flag yachts chartering in Turkey who pays 36 times length overall are Turkish. I know this. Very, very few real foreign-owned yachts are chartering in Turkey under 39. This is really shame. Please, if you like, we don't open this subject. I'm very against this.
You completely
I
misunderstood
can give you
me.
10 examples right now.
No, I don't need the example. I'm in the business. I'm in the retail business for 30 years. I know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if we change this under 39 meters to something else, there should be some extra income to the Turkish state. That's what I'm saying.
I think we should first of all change foreign flag yachts of the Turkish owners to Turkish flag.
This is Mustache mustache.
What is this? No.
Bıyık,
You know what is this?
I know what it is, what you are saying.
Yeah,
But
this is
what I'm
shame.
saying is, if will be a change in the new regulation, there should be some more tax
Okay,
imposed.
then we don't change. Okay, we don't let. Okay,
We
so
should
you know, maybe Turkish government did it purposely not to collect gas from Turkey because they aware that they collect the gas from Turkey, make one Greek port, and come back with the same gas back.
Begum Hanım, I will have a little conversation with you. I don't want to take
Yeah.
anyone's time. I will tell you later what I really have
I'm
in
ready
mind.
to speak front of everybody.
No, it's fine. Then we can continue. But I just don't want to take time after others because there's a
Sir,
misunderstanding.
understood.
There's a misunderstanding.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
very well understood. Thank you.